straight into Salazar Body and Collision and Diboll, Texas. It's always fun driving this truck, but we're gonna get back with it. Well, we're on the side of the road, so good Lord Jesus, that's loud. But we're putting the 65 k20 frame after it's had its straightening ordeal. It's pretty straight to me. We're gonna get it up on the trailer, see how it works. Well, as you can tell, the 65 Chevrolet custom camper, not camper special, made it back to the house, pulling the 1965 Chevrolet K20 frame. Factory four-wheel drive with a PTO and all other kinds of old school four-wheel drive goodies. But we're gonna see today if we can get some of this junk that is all over this transmission cleaned up and get the T221 transfer case and the SM420 transmission out of this frame, so we can get ready to clean the frame and paint the frame, and then we can drop the transmission and transfer case off at Woody's in Huntington, Texas, where they're going to get a good deep cleaning and rebuilt with new seals, and I believe we're going to change some bearings and stuff too. I don't think anything's wrong with the transfer case. The one thing I've noticed is I can't pull enough to be able to get this is your lever right here. This, where that bolt is where it changes it from 4 high to neutral to 4 low. Well, down here in the bottom, let me just get up here so I can show you. Down here in the bottom, this one right there, when this lever is pushed all the way forward, which pushes back, which in turn pulls that this way, when that comes forward, that puts it, right now it's in four-wheel drive, it's back, it's in four-wheel drive. So once it's pulled forward, it'll be in two-wheel drive. Well, I can't get this to go enough forward because it's hitting right here to be able to make this thing go into two-wheel drive. So right now, if you turn this, the front drive shaft spins, the back drive shaft spins, and I think the PTO, no, I have it disengaged. But everything spins right now, and we don't want that. We got to make sure we can get this thing in two-wheel drive, because we cannot drive this thing in four-wheel drive 24/7. But I guess we're going to see if we can start scraping some of this stuff off. I'm using a little scraper, and I got a tiny hammer. And we're going to see if we can get this thing cleaned off enough, get it unbolted, taken out, get the transfer case unbolted, taken out, and then we're going to start grinding, trying to make this smoother than what it is, and then Rust-Oleum paint from one end to the other. But I guess I'll get some time-lapse footage of that. Let's go. I've got the two big bolts out. of each side of the transmission that go to the bell housing. And I've taken the nuts out of the drive shaft, and I disconnected the PTO shaft, which is over here now. I could not, for the life of me, get this stupid coupler off of him. It was it's very tightly on there and been on there probably since the beginning of time. Anyways, I'm about to try to grab this, lift it up, and put it on, focus, that little card over there. So, this transmission is already heavy without the bell housing and the large PTO add-on. So I may not be able to do this, but I got to knock those out and then try to lift this up and bring it over there like I just said. So I figure this will be a good video on what not to do, because you're going to kill your back. But, see if I can use my little pecker here and see if I can knock these U-bolts out. Maybe. Okay. That one came most of the way out, but I need a prizing tool, which is not the right thing that I'm using. But it did do the job. Okay, I need you to stay where you were, sir. A lot of times it's better to, if you know you're going to be putting them right back on, make sure none of your needle bearings fall out, but go ahead and take these off, set them to the side, because you're most likely going to replace them anyways, and it's a lot better to make sure you still have them so you don't lose them transporting it from here to over yonder. Last U-bolt out. Ooh. Yep. This is not ocean approved. Yes, I said ocean. It's a joke. I got to try to lift this heavy sucker up. It's going to be fun. Hey. This does not work for little people at all. Woo. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna see if somebody can come help me. I'm still trying to do this by myself because I can't get a hold of anybody. So let's see how this goes. This sucks. All right, let's move some stuff to the side, including y'all. Just gonna move y'all over. Let's see if I can set it on the side of the frame over here. Something's still attached. Try that again. Okay. Like I said, this is what not to do, because you're going to end up hurting yourself doing this. Might as well show what not to do so you don't do it. You should have a buddy or 10 here trying to help you when there's something this heavy, because this thing is extremely heavy. Let's try to balance that right there. Go ahead and move y'all down to here. Keep a hand on it, because like I said, it's extremely heavy. Okay. That was far from the smartest thing I've ever done. Holy shit. That's heavy. Oh, okay. Okay. I need a minute. Woo! We'll go ahead and set y'all up here. I understand the fan. It's right over here. Maybe loud. But if I didn't have it right now, I'd probably have a heat stroke. So it's still here. I gotta pick this transmission up and carry it over there. Okay. Okay. Just stay wherever you want. Man, there ain't nowhere to grab on the output shaft side. Not at all. Okay. Okay. Apparently if I say okay enough times, it'll start making sense to me, but it ain't yet. I'm gonna try to do this right. Oh no. I'll figure it out in a minute. Okay. 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 What was it? Ronnie Coleman. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Okay, lightweight. I'll get it here in a minute. Oh, this is a bad idea. Lightweight, baby. I bet this thing weighs over 300 pounds with that stupid PTO thing on it. I mean, that just adds the weight to it. Good Lord. That is gonna hurt. All right. In just a minute, I'll wash my hands. We'll show you the transmission. That's heavy. I bet this sucker weighs close to 300 at least. We're going to take some time-lapse video of taking this thing apart. Not really taking it apart, I guess. We're just going to be cleaning it up before it goes to the transmission shop. But that is the, I don't know if you can see it down here. Yeah, you can. It's the Dana PTO hooked up to the SM 420 4-speed, granny 4-speed transmission. I guess we're going to have some time lapse at least of me cleaning this really nasty looking transmission up. But I hope you keep watching and subscribe. We'll get back to it. All right, everybody. It's the second day after we've taken the transmission out that used to sit right in that very greasy, nasty looking hole right there. Today we're going to be taking out the transfer case, which is pretty much as heavy as the transmission. I've already got the drive shaft disconnected, all three. Then we're going to probably slide a jack up underneath here, pick up, undo. There's 2 bolts here, 2 bolts there, and 4 on the other side in the same spots that hold this bracket in, this one. But we need to take the actual transfer case out from underneath there first, which is held in by some bolts under here. So I think you take those 2 bolts out and then it slides this way and comes out from over there. I don't know for exactly sure because I've never done it before, but you and me and everybody else are going to learn at the same time, I guess, if you don't already know. We're going to get some time-lapse footage of yanking this thing out. Stay tuned. Well, much like the transmission, I can tell that this is about to get western pretty quick. It's this got to come down. It's also got to go that way at the exact same time. Which with 2 people, that would be very easy because one person could be pulling, one person could be lining up, blah, blah, blah. I'm only one person. So, yeah. Figured I needed to put this on video instead of time lapse, because this will be a little bit more interesting. Hopefully I won't drop it. Well, need to disconnect the speedometer cable first. Dang it. I gotta go grab a pair of pliers. Did y'all keep an eye on it? Did it move? Did it try to run away? Anything? Y'all still here? You asleep? What's going on? And of course somebody apparently tried to show how strong they are while putting this on. Which is never fun to have to, good Lord. Ugh. Dang it! You know, I know the old man that used to own this thing too. Oh, I'm gonna try something else. Well, I'm in a weird angle, but it seems to be the only angle that this actually kind of works. So we're gonna be here for a minute. The speedometer cable has been loosened slightly. I think we got it now. Pliers here would cooperate a little bit better, I think it would already be done, but cannot 100% tell. It's still not corroded, but grease is connecting it between the cable and the nut that is supposed to be spinning freely on the cable, but it is not at the moment. Sorry about the loud noises. Okay, that looked like it freed up. hoping I can get a new one of these cables, because if I can't, I'm not too sure if this old cable is going to work or not. In fact, it looks like it is broken. So the old cable will definitely not work, which sucks. But let's get to trying to get this case out in place. Get this out. It's gonna be fun, but I think we can do it, especially since we don't have to go up and over with this one like we had to do with the transmission yesterday. Although this already looks like it's about to get real funky real quick. Why's everything always gotta be so difficult? Because you're messing with old cars. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Matter of fact, you're all right. There's probably a much easier way to do this that I am unaware of at the moment. But I'm sure somebody will gladly tell me how stupid I am in the comments. People are real good about that on YouTube. If only people knew how to say nicer things, but also be helpful. This is about to get funky. Okay. Okey-dokey. Okay. That wasn't that bad. I could see it going way worse than what it just did, so we're doing good there. Maybe it'll slide underneath the frame, which would help me from having to pick it up or move it anymore. But it might not. With my luck, probably will not. Go ahead and move y'all over here. Well, much like the beginning of this episode where I had to move the transmission by myself, now I need to move the transfer case by myself, which is sitting right beside you right now. This is the handle to the jack. I gotta pick it up, take it in there, put it on that rack just like I did the transmission, so it's gonna be, yeah. We just gotta use nothing but the back and, yeah. Yes, not as bad as previous. All right, guys. Get y'all away from the fan. Get all this hair out of my face. Okay. We have the Rockwell T221 transfer case. 1965 pickup Chevrolet is what it came in. We're gonna see if we can get this thing cleaned up a little bit so that the transmission man does not have to deal with the mess. But we're gonna see. I believe right there is where the tag is. So we gotta be real careful cleaning it, so maybe we can still read some of the numbers and read Rockwell on it. It makes it look all pretty and whatever. But we get some time-lapse footage of this getting cleaned up, just like we did the transmission. Let's get back to it. All right, people, this is what we got so far. It's about as clean as it's going to get by just using hand tools. It is a Rockwell T221, like I suspected, but this is as good as it's going to get for now until it goes to the transmission shop. It gets all cleaned up. We got our, sorry about the fans, it's really hot here right now. But we got our transmission out here all cleaned up. The Dana PTO's all cleaned up. Everything is just about ready to go to the transmission shop. But that's gonna do it for today with Youngblood's Rods and Customs. The 65 k20 frame is getting closer. Stay tuned, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Click that bell notification. And we're gonna see how far we can get with this truck for now. See you later.